Welcome to me Sala Bebop Marlow Briggs review. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, I am back. And today, hopefully, you'll be excited as much as I am. I'm going to try to give you a personal, in-depth review of Marlow Briggs on the Xbox One via the Xbox One 360 backwards compatibility emulation. I'm so excited to be back, and hopefully when I finish with this review, you guys that were not familiar with the game or were on the fence about the game will have a better outlook and understanding of what the game has to offer, and will appreciate where my review is trying to come from, and therefore maybe be able to go out and buy it or try it out for your own self, to have your own personal experience like every gamer should. So let's get with it. Now, Marlow Briggs is basically a Xbox Live arcade game that came out in 2010, I believe. It's a hack and slash beat 'em up with platforming elements and some QTEs and some beat 'em up elements as well. The game was $15. It's now via backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, which you can still purchase right from the Xbox store. And it's a video game in its own right, what the video game should be. Now, many of you will ask, well, what do I mean by what a video game should be? Well, it hits all the right marks, and it doesn't take itself seriously, but it's a whole lot of fun. Marlow Briggs is a high, fast-paced intensity action game with a very silly story about a gentleman that goes out to meet up with these Asian market treasure dealers that buy money or buy treasury, and they keep artifacts from old historical factions and cultures and preserve them in the museum. So Marlow goes out with his girlfriend basically to meet up with them. When he goes out to meet up with them, Marlow basically gets betrayed. They want to change the deal that they made, and basically one of the girls that works for the Asian big lord gentleman has another Asian girl that's very highly trained attack Marlow with one of the artifacts, which is a old Mayan scythe, or scythe, if you will. From it's a weapon that the main character from Dante's Inferno used, and Ryo Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden 2, if you see it on the cover on the 360 game. And she kills him with that. But when she kills him, what she doesn't know is, and what they don't realize, is that scythe has a magic power that's bonded with the weapon itself. And Marlow Briggs absorbs that power, and it brings him back to life. And when it brings him back to life, Marlow himself comes back as a one-man wrecking machine, basically a superhero. He has powers, he has unbelievable strength, and has the capability to acquire new weapons to give him very powerful and acrobatic moves and weaponry with his weapon sets. Marlow Briggs is a very, very fun game, very underrated. It's a hidden gem, in my personal opinion, that many people probably haven't been able to experience because they just didn't realize the type of game it might have been at the time that it released. So I definitely want to try to give it some type of exposure, even though the game is fairly old, for those who may not know about the game. So Marlow Briggs is very high on action. It's a lot of fun. It has great gameplay mechanics. It has really decent graphics, especially for being an arcade, Xbox Live Arcade game. They still hold fairly well. It's not Xbox One X enhanced or anything like that, but still looks very crisp and very clean on the Xbox S and the Xbox One X console. So, I highly recommend for anyone who hasn't really played the game to give it a try and just go out and play it. You will not regret it, especially if you are a fan of games like Dante's Inferno and Ninja Blade, and of course God of War. It emulates and mimics a lot of God of War play-style elements, but to be honest, in my personal opinion, it has a lot more gameplay variation than God of War, because you have a lot of different segments, like it turns into a shooter when you're in a helicopter, kind of like Twin Cobra. You have a segment where he's tied upside down to a helicopter while the helicopter's flying. You're upside down, you gotta kind of dash and hit with your scythe and your weapons different obstructions that are coming your way so that you don't die until you survive. It has a lot of boss battles. You get on turrets, you get on a vehicle. Has a lot of different gameplay elements, which is what you want with a video game, because you want to have gameplay, not just a lot of interaction with just watching movies and things of that nature. It has a couple of cutscenes with a very silly story, but it's straight to the point, and it's effective, and it works. And as you can see, I finished the game, and this is another point I want to get to, that this is the great beauty and the wonderful beauty of having the ability to play the games from your 360 from last generation via backwards compatibility on the Xbox One. This is a feature that is amazing and very wonderful and consumer friendly. Because of this feature, you're able to revisit games that you might not have been able to play and finish last generation, but you still own. In this case, like myself, with Marlow Briggs. So I'm very happy and delighted that Xbox gave us the opportunity and the chance to revisit Marlow Briggs so that I can go back and finish it and actually beat the game and enjoy it for all its glory. And I hope many of you are able to take advantage of this feature as well. As you can see, the game is not too shabby. I can recommend it from the bottom of my heart with the best of my intentions to all you guys out there in the game world that enjoy playing very different types of games with a lot of variety, which Marlow Briggs definitely delivers in every set of the word. So, if you're on the fence, take the dive, because I think you will not be disappointed. As you guys can see, it has a lot of potential for a sequel, which I really hope Microsoft someday maybe gives it a chance and does a sequel, because it is a Microsoft Xbox exclusive. I believe it came out for PC, but it is a Microsoft Studios game that they paid for at the time. And it's still their intellectual property. So I really hope it gets one, because it deserves one. And I'm pretty sure, and I truly believe, if you guys get to play it yourselves, you'll feel exactly the way I do. So I think that's pretty much the gist of the review, the best that I can. I know it's not too long and exhausting, and I know it's not completely in-depth detail, but it is to the best of my ability, with the honesty I can possibly present it to you as a fan, as a gamer, and as a person who played the game and finished the game, which I feel very privileged to be able to do, because like I told you guys many times, and you guys that follow me know, video game for me is a privilege, it's a luxury. It's not no longer a hobby, because I barely have time to sit down and play a lot of these games. That's why my backlog is so big and intense, and I wasn't able to play games like Marlow Briggs until now. So yeah, I hope you like the review. I hope you like my in-depth outlook of the game, and just share some comments, like the video if you do, and share it with other people, and if you want to, because I have fun doing this, and if you like it, I'll try to do some more. So again, with that being said, this is the end of my review. I hope you guys really give me some type of feedback, because I want to try different things, like I said, the best I can. I know I don't really review games a lot. That's why I didn't take a lot of screen capture of the game, because, and you see I looped some of the scenes and screen clips, because I didn't want to really ruin the whole game for people that haven't played it. So, like I said, guys, thank you so much for your time. I hope you give Marlow a chance and take the advantage and that we have as Xbox owners with the privilege of backwards compatibility. The game is only about $10 now, I think, or $15 maybe still. So it's worth the money. It's definitely worth the money, because you're going to get a high octane experience like you would with a game like God of War, but at a fraction of a cost. Obviously, it's not the same production value as God of War. That's not what I'm saying, but it definitely has enough production value for a game of its genre, which is basically the arcade space, or for some, the indie space. Love you guys very much. Xbox for life, like a sickness that can't be cured. And shout outs to all my brothers out there that support me from day one and still keep supporting me and giving me love. People like, Aru Poseidon and Megatron and, Big Kahuna and Kenny Thomas, Andy McKee, and people like, wonderful people like, Mr. 100 and Kaleidoscope and J-Long and Samercum and Master Chief and Tuckmaster and NWO Prime. So many wonderful people and friends and family that I've met through Xbox. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna leave you with this, with the end roll credits, because I think it's fitting, being that I'm at the end of the video. I really hope you guys take the time to watch the review, and I hope that I get some time to make some more clips in the near future to do another review of something else that I'm playing. Maybe I'll do something like Rad Rogers, which just came out not too long ago. And look, even in the end credits, the game has a little mini game, and this is the kind of thing that I was saying, that the game doesn't take itself seriously, has a lot of slapstick comedy, and it's very fun and entertaining. It's the epitome of what a video game should be: fun and entertaining with a lot of gameplay and a lot of magic behind the gameplay. See you guys soon. Misala is closed.